On this video, I'm going to show you 5 things that you can do to protect your energy as an empath. Well, mostly empaths have a hard time to express how they feel and how they think about a certain situation because they can literally feel other people's emotions in their own body. It's like they are experiencing what the others are experiencing, and they resist to say how they feel and how they think about a certain situation because then they have to feel these uncomfortable emotions in their body. So they decide to not to express how they feel and not to upset others, instead of feeling the tension. And the first thing that empaths need to do to protect their energy is to not to avoid the tension and actually set boundaries and communicate how they feel freely, because empaths mostly avoid tension and it can cause them to feel so drained and so tired all the time. So the first thing that empaths need to hear and need to do in their life to protect their energy is to not to avoid the tension and actually change their relationship with tension and set boundaries and communicate them freely. And by not avoiding tension, I mean to express themselves even though it might upset other people. And even I, as an empath, sometimes struggle with that. A couple of months ago, one of my family members was like, he was keep telling me that, okay, you need to do this in life, you need to do that, this is the path that you should go, this is the things that you should do. And I really never talked to him about, okay, what should I do with this thing or that thing, but he kept telling me that it was like he wanted to show me the way, he wanted to tell me what to do with my life. And we're so different people, and I think it was something about like you need to, I don't know, go to university or something, and it was not my thing. I know what is my path and what I'm passionate about, but he was like kept telling me and it was like becoming like so controlling, and I was like bothered, to be honest. But I was thinking, okay, maybe you shouldn't just say anything, maybe let him talk about whatever he wants, just say, yeah, you're right, right about this, and blah blah blah. But then I felt that no, I don't want to do this anymore. But it was like this battle in my mind that one side of me just wanted to say, okay, stop doing that, I know what I'm doing and I don't need you to keep telling me what I should do. And but then there was this other side of me that would say, okay, this is going to be too awkward, you're going to upset him, you don't want to upset him, it's going to be like tense between you two. But then I actually talked to him and I said, I don't need you to tell me what I need to do. I know what I'm doing, I know what I'm passionate about, and you're actually not a person that I would go for as an advice for my career or for something like that, because we're so different. And I don't think if I don't want you to keep telling me, and it's becoming like in a controlling way. And then I was ready for him to be like, I don't know, upset or say something. But then he was like, oh my god, I never thought you felt this way. I just love you so much, and I thought that I really didn't know you, what you're passionate about. I thought that, I don't know, I just assumed that I can help, and that's why I kept saying. And he was really chill, and I was surprised. And then I was thinking, oh my god, it's not the worst thing to actually communicate how you feel. It's not the worst thing to set boundaries. And nobody's going to understand your boundaries unless you communicate them. Whether it's in your relationship, whether it's in your friendships, whether it's with your family, whatever it is, you gotta communicate them. Especially for empaths that whole of their lives they haven't really had any boundaries. They hated expressing their boundaries, and now people would do anything they want and say whatever they want to you unless you actually communicate them. And not all the time it needs to be like tense or like awkward or anything. Sometimes it can turn out really good, and not only you feel better, not only you are going to not to have to deal with these kind of issues, but also they would understand and they would like respect you even more. The next thing is a word that empaths hate, actually hate, and that's no. Do you want to go to this place? No. It's like whenever they want to say no to someone, oh my god, they feel like they're dying. Oh my god. No, 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 no. Don't say no. Just do whatever they want you to do, but don't say no, ever. This is something that needs practice, to be honest. The first time that you say it, oh my god, it feels like you're dying. The next time might be still hard, but then as you keep saying no more to people whenever you don't want to do something, it gets easier for you. And I was like a person that hated to say no to people. Hated it. And this is something that is in my family, my father, my mother, my sister. They're all like, they hate to say no. And especially my dad, he would do anything for anyone, but not to actually say no. And as you would guess, I would be the same way, and I would go to like places I hated. I would do the things I hated, but I wouldn't say no to my friends. And then I would go to the places that I didn't like to go. I would hang out with the people that I didn't like to hang out with just to not to say no. But then I actually practiced. The first time I said no, I was like, oh my god. It was like a big accomplished for me, to be honest. And then as I practiced and said no more often, it became so easy for me. And now it's just so easy for me. Do you want to do this? No, I don't have time. I'm not feeling well, or I really say how I feel about that. And not to hurt other people, but if I really don't want to do something, I say no, and that's easy. But it takes practice for empaths. The third thing is meditation. Empaths need energetic boundaries because they pick up other people's energies and they store them in their body. And if you're an empath, this is something that you have like definitely felt in your life, that you would go to a place and you would hang out with a lot of people, and then you go home and you feel drained. You feel like, oh my god, you're physically so tired. You might have a headache or something, and you don't know why. You might even had a good time and there was nothing bad going on and you didn't do much, but you feel so tired. And that's because you pick up other people's energies, pick up other people's emotions, even if they're not showing them, and you store them in your body. And as an empath, you need energetic boundaries. You need every night go home and meditate and actually clear your energetic field. Emotions are energies in motion. And these emotions that you have picked up from other people are in your energetic field. And you're carrying them with yourself. And that's why you might feel scattered. You might feel like, oh my god, your mind is all over the place. You feel drained and you're just tired. And that's because you have all these different types of frequencies, different types of energies in your energetic field, and you need an energetic bath. You need to meditate and release these emotions and make your electromagnetic field or your energetic field more coherent. So this is something that you gotta do. I remember I used to work in this big restaurant, and I had like lots of coworkers, and I would see like hundreds of people every day. And then I would go home and I feel like energetically tired. I would feel so scattered. But then I realized that if I meditate after work every night, I would be so at peace because I would release all these energies and emotions that I have like grabbed in my energetic field. The next thing is to find a way to express your emotions in a healthy way. Well, basically, empaths not only store other people's emotions in their body, but also they store their emotions in their body. Like, they don't express their emotions and they get stuck in their chakras, and their chakras will be imbalanced. So they need a healthy way to express themselves. It can be through art, it can be through, I don't know, journaling, through talking with a person that you trust and you know that they would understand you. But they need to find a way to express their emotions. Mostly it's hard for them to talk about their feelings, and it really is a must for them. For me, journaling works really well because when I journal my thoughts and emotions, I become so clear and I have many breakthroughs when I actually journal. I learn big lessons. Like when I'm journaling, I learn more about myself. But it can be like anything that you want. It can be through art, or find someone that you're really comfortable with and you know that they would understand you and not judging you, and talk about them. Talk about your feelings with them. The next thing is to release these emotions with physical movement. When these energies get stuck in your body, they will eventually manifest themselves as physical pain. If you're an empath, this is something you've probably felt like many times in your life, that you would go to a place and you would hang out with people and they would sense that someone has this like low vibe emotions and you feel uncomfortable, and then you feel like a pain in your neck or in your shoulders or like whatever place in your body. But for me it's mostly in my neck and in my shoulder. And it's like as soon as I hang out with a person that I'm not really comfortable with and I can sense that they have these like low vibe emotions, I would just, it happens like instantaneously, and I would feel like insane pain in my neck and my shoulder, and that's when I know that it's time for me to leave this place. And but physical movement can help you a lot because not all the time you can manage that. Many of you guys have a 9 to 5 job, and in your 9 to 5 job you gotta meet some people, and at first it's really not easy for you to set boundaries with like your emotions, your energy and their energy. So this is something, physical movement can help you a lot. When you get home you can do yoga, you can dance, you can work out, you can go hiking, you can whatever that works for you. You can go running. For me yoga helps me a lot, dancing helps me a lot, but whatever works for you, just explore that. Every time that you feel that, okay, you spend time with these people that had these kind of emotions and now you're feeling like different pains, whatever place in your body, go home and dance, go home and do yoga, work out, and see how much it makes a difference. And you cannot actually go and live in your own cave and not to see anyone because they might have low vibe emotions. No, you might have a job and you might see many people during the day, but you cannot like, okay, nobody comes around me because I'm protecting my energy. It doesn't work that way, but you need a healthy way to release these emotions. If you can, don't hang out with these people that you feel they are carrying with themselves like low vibe emotions. But if you can't, you can release these energies with physical movement, dancing, yoga, working out, hiking, running, whatever works for you can help you a lot to actually physically releasing these energies. Thank you for watching this video. If you're an empath and you find a different way to protect your energy, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Much love, peace, and namaste.